Let's freaking go! Back in studio. So happy to be with us this glorious evening. Bring them in, baby. Bring them in. Let's go.
What's up, people?
Jay Hilly, fresh from the PHL party.
Oh yeah, man, I had a great time at Stumpy's. Just bad timing with the Tigers not pulling it out, but man, it was great to see the PHL family.
You want to know what's funny? When you showed up, the first play you watched at Stumpy's was
I think it was the fumble, right?
the fumble.
Yeah, it was right after the neighbor's muff punt.
You were the good luck charm, man. That's all there is to it.
Hey, we needed something. We needed a call from God. We almost had it.
There we go. So it is a glorious night in the PHL nation. As many of you know, JL is obviously a former NFL running back. I'm a big fan of the NFL. We do have Thursday night football. We also have a lot of LSU things to get to this evening. We also have the Southern Jaguars. I was about to say coming to town, but we're in town, baby. Jaguar Nation. Let's go. I'm really excited about this game on Saturday. What is the biggest thing for you that you're looking for?
Yeah, I want to see the order of operations just a little smoother, especially with special teams. I think there were blunders on all fronts, and I want to see those get shored up. You're going to get a big-time SEC game coming up, and I think going into that, you want to make sure all that stuff is running properly. I think getting the tempo of the offense down, whichever one you want to kind of go with, however you want to mix that in, whatever you feel comfortable with. I think that's something they should figure out, and I think that would help Jaden Daniels as well. And I think for the defense, you got to get off the field on third down. I know it's Southern, but I really want to see them work on that because Mississippi State will eat you alive with 3rd and 4s and 3rd and 5s, and they don't mind living in that world all day long. So I think that's something that I definitely want to see from the defense.
So, what's interesting is like you develop these frames in media. And you and I talked, I think, for about an hour a few days ago about like just so many different topics. But obviously, the biggest thing is the Garrett NUSSMEIER question. So I wanted everyone to see your avatar name. So you get to choose. This is not me. This is you saying start Garrett NUSSMEIER. I'm interested, man. Do you think Nuss should take the first snap versus the Jags?
I know it's not going to happen. It's a pipe dream. It's Jaden Daniels' team. They're going to rock out with Jaden. But I would love to see it, man. I would love to see what my boy Nuss could do with these receivers, see him get the ball out of his hands, see him give these guys some chances down the field. And I just would love to see what that would look like. I know I'm probably not going to. They're going to ride it out with Jaden Daniels and see what they can do. And I think for Dan Brock and Coach Kelly, he just feels like that gives them a different dimension to that offense. And we'll see what Jaden can do. I think he definitely can improve on his first game performance. It seemed like he started getting a lot more confidence late in that game. So maybe he can use that and propel himself into, better, more consistent performances.
Welcome in a bunch of people. Someone else in the crawfish business. What's up, Semper? Good to see you. Mr. Nussbus in here. Creek, Mud Marvo. Good to see you. One of my best buddies right here, Skipper Rob G. Let's go, Rob G. Look at him drinking a cold one, baby. Max K, good to see you as well. So lots of questions to get to. Not a lot of time here. First thing, we talked a lot about Harold Perkins this offseason. Do you believe Harold Perkins should get a shot at running back?
Oh, do I think so? Yeah, why not? But do I think it's going to happen? Never. I don't think that's ever happening. I think right now you could use just about whatever, boost you could use in the run game. And to me, I think of a guy like Miles Jack. I think, Harold's more athletic. He's more faster. He's more nimble than a guy like that. And so we could possibly, be in that role and be in that mold. But I don't think Ken Brock and Kelly are interested in that. And I think they're trying to work on trying to get him at the stack backer position, get him some more reps there, and kind of see what he does from there. But no, not happening. So you may as well quit asking.
Quit asking. Let me ask you this. How did you think, obviously as a running back, you face a lot of linebackers when you run through the hole. How do you think the linebackers performed on Saturday in your mind? Or Sunday?
I thought a lot of very sporadic. There was a lot of rotating. There wasn't really much of those guys getting a bulk of the plays, it seemed like. So I feel like no one really had rhythm. It seemed like they're out of place a lot of times. I would have to go back and do a deep dive on it and kind of see, like, if they were just out of gaps with the line, like what was going on. But just from just watching it the first time, a lot of missed tackles, a lot of being out of position. And I think they're going to have to figure out which two backers give them the best success, because I don't think they've kind of found, whatever two that is, because they were doing a lot of rotating.
So it's a little bit different because you understand passing concepts, and it's a little bit easier for you to decipher what the play should actually look like. So walk people through what it's like. You didn't play quarterback. What is it like when there's a quarterback under heavy pressure? How difficult is it to sit and actually make the throws? Because Jayden, as you guys saw in the film study, as Jayden has brought up, as Jeremy has brought up on his radio show, there were some opportunities where he could have sat in there and actually threw it. So how do quarterbacks deal with that balance?
Yeah, it's tough. I think you got to know your personnel. You got to know game flow. And I think the quarterbacks who are great, at pocket presence, they understand that clock. And every quarterback has that clock. And sometimes you got to speed that clock up in certain situations. And I thought that Florida State game, especially early on in the game, Jayden just had to speed his clock up a bit. And when you do that, you got to know where after your first read isn't going to be there. You got to know where your hots are. And I think that's something that I think Dan Brock and Coach Kelly are going to help with this offense. They got to put more hots in for Jayden, and when they are there, Jayden got to know that he can take those, and he doesn't have to use his legs time and time again. Which is the reason why I kind of want to see Nuss in those situations, because he couldn't just depend on his legs time and time again. The ball's going to have to come out, and it's going to have to come out quick. And it's a guy who I think can really separate really quickly. When you look at Neighbors, you look at kind of Jack Bess and some of the guys that they have. So when we go forward, I think, you're going to see teams continue to try to blitz Jayden Daniels and keep him in the pocket and not allow him to use his legs. And hopefully, he's just a little more consistent with his eyes, and he's able to get the ball out and get his, get the weapons, get the guys the ball, man. Get the weapons the ball.
And I think I want to shout out LJ, our first super chat of the evening. I will say this, okay? I want you to listen to this, Jeremy. This is crazy, all right? So obviously this joke about smoothies, my aunt, you got to speak to my aunt for a little bit this weekend, and she's like a huge Alvin Kamara fan. She had no idea that she was talking to you.
Okay, baby.
Yeah, she was kind of baby K. She's a legend, and she really wants Southern to pull the upset. Auntie, if you're watching, I get out of here, Auntie. I'm not staying there anymore. You gotta get out of here.
Yeah, you're not doing that, Auntie.
But this is very key though. LJ went to the Arkansas-Cincinnati game and then drove straight to New Orleans for LSU versus Florida State. So LJ, shout out to you, my friend. Thank you for your super chat. I really do appreciate it. Jay Hill, what's the craziest road trip you've ever done?
Craziest road trip, I would say probably Orlando to Baton Rouge. Going train for the combine and packing up all my stuff and just popping on the road and getting to training.
That's crazy.
I think it's like 12 hours or something like that.
Yeah. So what we're going to do tonight is our next PHL patron or our next PHL T-shirt club member. I'm giving away one of my Jeremy Hill autograph cards right here. There's a little jersey patch mixed in there as well. Next person that joins a PHL T-shirt club, Jay Hill is a member of the PHL T-shirt club. We want you to join our club, okay? Mr. Nussbus here, who's like you, Jay Hill, got Nuss in his name. Jayden lacks timing and confidence in his throwing ability. Missed 2 dump offs to the running backs that weren't even 7 yards away from him. I'm actually going to defend Jayden a little bit here, Jay Hill. It seems as if our running backs are struggling to catch a football out of the backfield. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think from what it looked like, they had a couple plays where they're trying to run some swing, screen plays where you kind of just get the ball out in space and kind of let those guys, get some blocking and try to make some guys miss. They didn't really get much out of those plays, and I don't really remember them really, trying to actually make the running backs a first target of them getting, some choice routes on backers and things of that nature. It's kind of them chip in and running flats and little things of that nature, and they really weren't a big time kind of option in the passing game. But, I think when Emery gets back, we'll see he brings a different dynamic to that offense. Maybe they can get him going in the passing game, because I think if you're not going to do that, it's just going to make it a lot more pressure on Jay Daniels to have to make those throws and, kind of be smarter when he uses his legs.
Is it difficult as a running back who, let's just say he comes from high school and didn't really catch out of the backfield that much? How hard is it? Is it because it is a shorter pass oftentimes thrown to the running back? Is it difficult? Do you have to have chemistry with the quarterback? How difficult is it for running backs to catch a football out of the backfield?
Oh no, it's definitely a skill and a trait that you have to work on and you have to have. And there's guys who are just more natural at it, and they don't really have to work on those and sharpen those tools as much as others. So those are the guys who naturally, you have your offensive coordinators, you have your, coaches trying to find ways to get them the ball in the passing game. Like your family's own, they love them some Alvin Kamara. He's one of those guys where you just kind of want to get him the ball in the passing game. So I think for me right now, looking at LSU, I think they have guys who are okay at it. I want to see Emery kind of get that shot. He's to me the most, explosive out of all those guys. I would love to see him try to get some looks in the passing game, but right now, I don't know how much of a facet that's going to be in Denbrock's and Kelly's offense, especially with the running backs that they have on this roster.
How difficult is it to learn how to pass protect?
Yeah, I think that's probably the most difficult thing from being a high school athlete going up into the college, and that's understanding not only where your eyes are supposed to be, but everyone's responsibilities in the passing game, but also having a mission and a plan. When you get there and have to block some of these guys, some of these elite athletes, coming full speed and trying to get to the quarterback, you're gonna have to come with a plan and great technique, time and time again on how to get that done, because that can be, the difference in a strip sack, a tip, play to get the interception or anything like that. You start getting, free rushers at the quarterback. So when you're a young running back, it's probably one of the more difficult things you have to learn to do. And you got to learn to do it fast, because you definitely won't be on the field if you don't know how to do that.
Doug shouting, calling me out here. So I got to meet Doug. He was at the PHL meetup. He also barely missed you, Jeremy. But I actually do want to shout out Slade Roy. So I actually spoke to Slade's dad. He hit me up on Twitter. The deep snapper did get a good hit for LSU. It was a very good tackle. It doesn't shock me because, like Jeremy, Slade Roy is a former Power Hour LSU guest. Now, what I want to ask you is Eastern Carolina University lost this past weekend on a missed extra point and a missed field goal versus NC State. How much did you keep up with your teammates that played for other teams? Because I'm sure Slade was thinking a lot about his teammates who just had the most gut-wrenching loss you can imagine on special teams. Were you close with like some high school teammates that you might have had, or some players that you went through in the recruiting process? Did you keep up with them while you're at LSU?
Yeah, I think so for the most part. I think you kind of knew, especially the guys that were in your recruiting class, kind of what was going on with them. I think back then, the transfer portal was just not anywhere remotely close as prevalent as it is now. So most of the guys kind of, once they got to LSU, either they were going to be there for a while, or they were probably going to stop playing college sports. So I think during my time, it's just a little different than what it is now.
Yeah, shout out to our buddy Van Lathan. What's good, my man? Van holding it down.
Yeah, baby, what up?
Van Van goes everywhere. I called him. He was in a different country again. So shout out to you, Van. Good to see you. You always get asked this. Any thoughts moving into coaching, Jay Hill?
Not right now. Not anything on my radar. I got a ton of respect for the guys who go out there and do it. I know how many hours and how much work and dedication it goes into coaching, and I know that's a big commitment. So for me right now, no coaching for me. I'll just make fun of the bad coaches like Jumbo Fisher.
Welcome, Jay Hill. Shout out Rob G. I still say we need a quarterback that can get the ball to our best playmakers or wide receivers. I believe in getting Nuss a shot to see if he can make those passes timely, not late. Look, Rob G and Jay Hill, y'all are on the same wavelength here. You want to see more Nuss?
I mean, look, it's you lost your first game. I think seeing what Nuss can bring. I mean, why not? I don't know what it would hurt at this point. It's not like there's an undefeated season on the line. So, but I think look, I'm selling the pipe dream right now. JD5 is gonna be the guy. He's a leader.
Yeah.
They believe in him. The coaches believe in him. They're going to tailor everything around this kid and see what he can do. So let's see where that goes. I'm going to believe in the coaching staff and what they believe in, and we'll see. But I'm definitely Team Nuss, man. Start Nuss. # Start Nuss.
Yeah. So I'll say this. I can't speak for you, Jeremy, but I've gotten to know someone really close to Garrett NUSSMEIER and someone really close to Jaden Daniels, right?
Mm.
And they pop in on the live stream from time to time. Some of you might know who they are. And I've gotten to know a few others that watch this channel as well. And, it's interesting. Like, I saw Jaden. I do think he played well, right? I do think, you look at his QBR. He was 84 QBR. You look at total EPA, expected point added. Jaden had the highest total EPA out of any quarterback in college football this past year. So I'm really excited to see what Jaden could do as a passer. And Jaden also, Jay Hill, can grow as a passer from week 1 to week 2 as well.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think, like I said, watching that game, he seemed to get a lot more confidence as that third quarter started to close and for most of that fourth quarter. And, I think that's something that he can build on. And I think, anytime you do have a receiver like Kayshawn, you definitely want to be getting that guy the ball. You definitely want to have a rhythm with that guy, especially knowing that, he's not going to be around here very much longer. So hopefully him and Jaden can kind of, get some more rapport with each other. I think something that can't go overlooked is just how well, Max Johnson and Kayshawn, they played together when they were healthy and both on the field. So hopefully Jaden can get something, remotely close to that, because if you can get that facet of the game going, I think it's going to make this offense a lot more explosive than we saw against Florida State.
You've played with a lot of big-time receivers, right? And when you played at LSU, you did have a good quarterback in Zach Mettenberger. But, it's interesting. He was a pocket quarterback, so, he was looking to throw. Jaden has this really elite ability to run. But you did see this past weekend a lot of frustration with the wide receivers. So, as a wide receiver, I know you didn't play wide receiver. It can be frustrating when you get wide open and the ball doesn't come your way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that's the most frustrating thing whenever, you're wide out. You're playing a dependent position. And if you don't have a quarterback that's going to, get you the ball timely and accurate, consistently over and over and over, it can be frustrating when, you're running wide open and then you're looking at your quarterback and he's running around and his eyes aren't even looking anywhere near you. And you're losing the football game. It can be very frustrating. I think a lot of people don't realize these are a lot of 18 and 19-year-old, 20-year-old kids. And, they want to win. Just as bad as you guys are cheering for the purple and gold, these kids are, putting in work year round for these moments to go out there and win. And when you don't get the ball and you can't help your team, it can be very frustrating.
Oh, Jay Hill.
Master. Blaster.
The Master Blaster is here. Tony B is in the building, baby. Yeah, the only reason Jay Hill jumped back on the stream is so he can actually get to do it publicly to the Master Blaster. I freaking love it. Ah, 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 ah. So once again, this is actually a question that really only a former player can answer, right? Especially one that played high Division I in NFL football. Do do you look at body language? Like, is it really a thing? Like, is it something that other players can see if a player's really in it or not?
Um, I think as people, we kind of pick and choose kind of what we want to pick out, and
Right.
which times we want to make a big deal about body language, and which times we want to say it was grit and perseverance, and look at him firing up his teammates. And then some guys, oh, look at that selfish prick. He's just so selfish. He just wants the ball. So it's just whatever lens you kind of want to look at it. As a player, I think it doesn't matter. I think we kind of know what every guy's about in that locker room, and we know kind of how bad every guy wants to win, especially at the college level. So if a guy's a little frustrated, we're not going to say, "Oh man, he's thinking about the NIL dollars he got last week." He's not. He doesn't want to win. So I think it's just different times, man. And people are gonna, try to make a big deal about what they want to make a big deal about.
Right. And look, could it have been better? Yeah, I felt like the energy was a little down, but it's first game jitters as well. And Florida State was kind of pushing us in the mouth. Let me ask you this. If your offensive line is just overmatched, what can you do to help that in pass protection?
Yeah, there's a bunch of things you can do. Especially if you just overmatch. I think for one, like I said, watching Florida State, they especially if a team's going to be in four down time and time again, you got to take advantage of their ends being aggressive and getting up the field. And you can run draws, you can run chip, a lot of different things, tight end screens. There's a bunch of different things you can do to take advantage of those guys constantly, getting after the quarterback and going up the field and slowing those things down. You can chip those guys, run some slides with the backside tight end with the quarterback in the run game. There's a bunch of stuff you can do. I think, for me, just watching the game, it just seemed like we were just doing a lot more traditional, drop back passing. And I think, kind of mixing it more up and kind of taking some style from Lane, man, taking some Lane Kiffin flavor and mixing some more RPO, more play action stuff, just getting that vision of the linebackers over and over. Because when you just drop back traditionally with that offensive line you have, and my boy Cam Wire, man, bless his heart, man. Cam, I believe in you, buddy, but we're gonna have to, keep on working, brother. So when you got that going on, just you got to help those guys out a little bit more.
Yeah, I think Cam's a good kid. I think he's better suited to play guard. And at least he plays hard. I mean, he didn't give
He
give up. He didn't give up, but
Yeah.
there's going to have to be some changes there. For you at halftime of games, did you ever hear the band?
No, don't remember really hearing the band. Trying to think. Nah, too loud. Too loud down there. Can't hear anything.
Does it get loud at halftime? With coaches, do they yell for the most part?
It's a lot going on. A lot of people, talking and figuring out stuff, and the coaches are, going to come in there pretty aggressive and get their, halftime speeches off. So yeah, it's a lot going on. So it's hard to hear what's going on outside in the stadium.
Someone said, "Who is your favorite player and why is it Elias Durant?"
Who's my favorite player? Oh man. My favorite player is Garrett Nussmeier, man. 13, man. The man with the plan, Mr. Nussmeier. Give me Garrett, man. Put Nuss in. One way and put Nuss in.
I kind of I don't know how you would do this because if it got to emergency level, he would have to play. But do you think we'll see Walker Howard potentially on Saturday?
No, I don't think so. I think they're going to probably use, for those appearances you can use. I don't think they're going to use it in a game like Southern. I think, you could possibly see it later on in the season. And, God forbid anything happened to Jaden. then I think that definitely opens up that world a lot quicker than you may have wanted. So yeah, if I'm Walker, I'll be on standby because you're one play away from being the backup quarterback.
Going around the SEC, you and I had a conversation about Anthony Richardson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's special, man. He's special. That was my only thing going into the season. I talked about it time and time again. I said, look, man, if Florida's going to be anything this year, Anthony Richardson, he's going to have to go Cam Newton 2011 on folks and just do that week in and week out. And I'm like, I'm going to have to see it. And when you see guys doing pump fake 360 passes and throwing lasers in the corner of the end zone, you start thinking about things that Napier and Billy and the crew can get done. And yeah, man, I'm going to be looking out for AR-15. I think he's low, man. And, when kids are, scared to tackle kids moving at that speed and that size and that weight, look out.
Best team in the SEC right now is
the Tennessee Volunteers. I'm a hypo disciple, man. I believe in Josh. I like him. He looks like he just left the buffet and he's ready to call the most fastest offense on this side of the Mississippi River. And he just looks like they're going to put up a ton of points. I said it the other day, man. I said they're going to score 70 points on one of these good Saturdays, on one of these good folks, one of these defensive coordinators who gets paid a lot of money to get that stops. They're going to put 70 on someone. And, yeah, I'm going to go Tennessee. I'm going to buy the hype, man. I'm going to buy the hype.
Buy the hype pull.
Yeah.
Let's go. Hendon Hooker for Heisen. Hey, I will say this. I begged everyone to take the Stetson Bennett for Heisman odds. Plus 12,500. It's all the way down to plus 1,400. You guys missed out on the boat, man. The Quavius Bennett, man. He's got to shape up now. He's got to taper, and he's coming for everybody, baby.
Look, man, that's not a bad bet. That's not a bad bet. I think Georgia's not going to have much opposition, and you talk about, coming out, playing perfect. That you can't play better than what they did against Oregon. So look out for Sequavius, man. He's going to be getting that Migos fade back to a championship in Athens.
We're going to hang out with Jay Hill for a few more moments. If you want to get a question in, feel free to super chat, Venmo, Cash App, all that good stuff. For me, my biggest takeaway from this past weekend in the SEC is that I hope we get to 6 wins. Would you say stone cold lock of the century? LSU is a 6-win team.
Lock of the week. Okay. 6.
Stone cold.
I can't say that right now. I got to see a little more before I can say that. I want to see that Mississippi State game. I want to see the improvements. If it looks anything like Florida State, I'm going to say no way. If they show me some improvements, show me some adjustments in the game planning, show me all those bugs and special teams that they can get stirred up, I can say that. But right now, I'm going to hold off a little while. Oh, Nelly. Ooh, Nelly.
I will stone cold. I think LSU will find a way to get to 6. Let's go to Michael's question. Jeremy, what was your first big purchase when you got into the league? Devin White said, I bought land because God isn't making any more land. Love the hat. Where can I get one? What kind of hat is that? Panther?
Oh, it's just a Black Panther hat. I got this at Lids. So yeah, just whatever Lids in your local area, you should be able to pick this up. Nothing too special. I would be rocking my gear, but I had to hide out. Didn't want any Seminole War chats being rained down upon my head this week. LSU gear for a couple days here, but yeah, man. I think for me, my first big purchase was I bought a house. I had an apartment like my first 4 months in Cincinnati. And I realized, just how much money I was just wasting, just making my landlord rich. And I was like, I'm going to be here for a little while. May as well buy somewhere to live. And so that's where, I got me something. I bought a house out there in Cincinnati. That was my first big time purchase.
Nice. Moving along here. Jared, thank you for your super chat. Really appreciate you. Jared was also at the PHL meetup. We definitely had a good time there. Let me see if I could pull this up. There we go. That's Jay Hill at the
Yeah,
meetup. Walking Panther. Look at that. Huh? Rob, thank you for your super chat. I really appreciate it. Here is Jared right here at the PHL meetup. Man, Jared was so disappointed he missed Jay Hill, but that's okay. He had good tickets to the game. You got to go to the game, baby. Support the Tigers. Rob and Jared, you get to pick the next topic. You feel free and go right on ahead. Let's see. If Nuss starts, they go 10-2. That is
no. I think he's selling it short, man. I think we go 15-0. We go win it all.
15.
No way we lose to Florida State with Garrett NUSSMEIER in there. Are you guys crazy? Are you losing your mind? That guy's the Messiah, man.
The Messiah. Oh man, I love it. Jaden's probably tuning into this round. Is like, what did I do? I put that team on my back. And look, I will say this. Jaden did play better. Obviously, they were in the prevent and we were in the 2-minute, but we did speed things up. Now, I will say this. I thought Mike Denbrock called a good first half. It just wasn't the best first half suited for our personnel. And then in the second half, his play calling obviously got better, and it was better suited. It was a little bit quicker. So I think when I look at Jaden in the 2-minute and based on what I saw on tape, I thought the final throw to Jure was a little bit more difficult than people gave him credit for, because he did go through full read progressions, and that was his third progression, on the play. And Jay, as you know, when there's 1 second left on the clock, I was really impressed with Jaden's patience on that throw, because he could have forced that into a tight window to Kayshawn, but he went boom, boom, boom. So that gives me a little bit of courage for his actual throwing ability.
Yeah, I think that's what you want to see in your starting quarterback. I think for a big part of that first half, it sometimes as offensive lineman, your quarterback can make things look a little worse than they are. And I thought he was tucking and running and not giving plays down the field a little more opportunities. And I thought as you saw in that play, the offensive line did a great job giving them time. And when they did that. I thought instead of looking to run, you can look at to throw the ball to these receivers. So I think you make plays down the field. And I thought Jaden did a big time job of that, especially on that play. So if he can play that, more of that brand of football and, kind of be a quarterback that uses his legs out of necessity instead of kind of making that, your bread and butter. I think the sky could be the limit for this offense, especially looking at kind of what the envisionment of Denbrock is for him. I think, he really wants him to, push the ball down the field and give these receivers some chances. I think it's just going to be up to Jaden to go out there and do that.
Tom Hart said today that Jordan Rogers said that the KB7 route where it hit him in the chest is a route that you never throw the ball to. That's why I wasn't looking. I say wide receivers should always look for the ball.
I think that was a bang 8. And it was quarters coverage, and Kayshawn was getting bracketed. You normally never throw that football if you're a quarterback. It's unless you want your receiver to be in the hospital that week. I think that's the only time you do it. And if you are going to throw it, you don't throw it that hard. And where he threw it at, it's just two guys not on the same page. That's a route you throw if it's man-to-man coverage, and the middle of the field, you got that open. So. Jaden will learn that. He won't, probably throw that again. And I know a lot of people you don't want Kayshawn to catch that play, but
yeah,
you don't throw a bang 8 into quarters. You just don't do that.
I thought he shouldn't have thrown that as well. I understand where he was. It was 3rd and 11. You wanted to get that off quick. The ball was fine. Kayshawn probably should have done, better with what was given to him in that situation. But I just wouldn't have thrown that one. And honestly, that was the final progression, because Jure actually got open for a touchdown on that play as well. If he would have gone boom, 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 just like he did on the final play, it would have worked out. I'm actually going to agree with Tom Hart, Jordan Rogers, and you as well. I don't think that ball should have been thrown. And two things can be true at once, right? Football is a weird game, right? Where someone could be wide open, but that wasn't the progression. So, yeah, I guess this question is a little bit better for quarterbacks in particular, but you understand this as well. Just because somebody is wide open doesn't mean that's what the progression told you to do, right? And I saw this a lot for LSU. Somebody would get semi-open, but someone else would be more wide open, but Jaden would throw to the semi-open guy because that was his first progression.
Yeah, I think, and especially in a play like that and at the NFL level, the safety wouldn't even been looking at Kayshawn. They would have been looking at the quarterback, and that probably would have been a pick six. I think he got lucky that the guy was looking to take Kayshawn's head off and just not looking at the quarterback, because if you throw that with him looking at you, you're throwing it to a safety sitting right there. It's going to be a pick. So I think, that's just something you probably don't want to be making that throw if Kayshawn's going to be, eating up two defenders. You got to look at some of the other matchups you have on the field.
A few more for you. Thanks for coming back on, man. Why do you like this channel? Why?
It's the organic culture, I would say. The PHL family. I go to Raising Cane's, I see a PHL brother. I go to Stompy's, I see a PHL brother. We're on the river. The PHL family is there. It's everywhere. It's just an organic group of people who have the same love and share of LSU football. And I think it's great, man. And it's awesome always, come and hang out, talk to the people. A lot of crossover with Hunting Hill. So, anytime we get to hang out with the people, man, it's always a good time.
Yeah, man. I just sent Towboat, one of my favorite rookies. I actually sent your rookie ticket auto. It's one of your iconic rookie card autographs, and I sent it to Towboat, who just joined the Patreon, and he said he's part of the J Hill Autograph Club. And right now, once again, if you join the PHL T-shirt club tonight, I'm sending you this autograph patch uniform card from my buddy and your buddy, J Hill. So there you go. BK got out coached by Norvell. I think even BK would recognize and say that. I'd prefer Walker Howard if he has a chest. 33 is my favorite number. What's up, Blake? Good to see you, my friend. Redemptorance. Okay. I'll let you I'll let you. You knew Van's coming in.
Dude, Van saying that is kind of like someone saying, you know what? Biden doesn't want any smoke with JFK. JFK was like, dude, the dude's been gone forever. Like, my high school doesn't even exist anymore. Like, we haven't played a football game in God knows how long. I would hope you could beat an imaginary school. What's next, Van? You got to play Bishop Sycamore? Like, what's on the radar next? Like, what are we doing here? Come on, Van.
Bishop Sycamore. Oh my God, I love it. Oh, let's run the wishbone.
No, I'm gonna pass on the wishbone.
Now pass. Where's Tommy Frazier when you need him? But yeah, J Hill. We had Victoria. Good to see you this evening. I almost put a curse word up on the screen. Didn't want to do that. Rob says, thank you, J Hill, for the explanation. What Tom said on Jordy's show. All right. Any funny Les Miles stories for Amacat, who's also a member of the PHL T-shirt club?
Oh man, funny Les Miles story. The funniest Les Miles story I can think of is just how passionate and how excited he was to do the Gangnam Style video. Like, we had practice that day, and like normally we go 3-hour practice, 3-hour plus practice. This guy, he's like, no, we're gonna go in the indoor, get the indoor, go in the indoor. Like, he's just like, okay, we're gonna go here and here, we're gonna go here, and then like he's just like, and then you just see the music put on, and he just turns into like this different person, and he's like dancing and gyrating and just moving all over the place. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Les Miles is like twerking for TikTok right now for a Gangnam Style video, and that was probably the funniest I've ever seen Les Miles, because I never thought we'd be Gangnam styling in the middle of practice, but there we were.
Okay, well, we got it. So you didn't know this, J.O. I put a poll question up here. Who won the Master Blaster battle you're winning 70% of the votes say you had a better Master Blaster than me.
It's just more passion, man. Just more from the heart, more grit, more tenacity, a little more dog in there, I would say. It's a tad bit more.
Odell and Tyron with the Saints this year.
That would be brain explosions happening all over myself right now if that ever happened. But we'll see, man. I think Odell's working on it. Getting back healthy. I think he'll definitely sign up with a contender and help a team in the playoff run. So we'll see.
I saw a photo of you posted on your Instagram of you doing like in front of Les Miles and the team, you dancing before a game or something like that.
Yeah.
You were doing like a limbo or something like that.
Yeah.
What was that? I was trying to find a photo.
Man, that was after the Arkansas game when Trayvon Durrell scored that big 99 touchdown. And I was cranking the nay-nay in the locker room. Coach Miles kind of wanted to know what that new nay-nay dance was. So I had to, show him out, check that out and show him how that looked.
Hit him with it, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, man. One of the last ones here from our good buddy Van. How good was Lyle in high school?
He was a superstar. I was the most jealous kid ever because he was like the 5-star, and I just desperately wanted a 5-star so bad, but I just wasn't Lyle Collins. That kid was, 6'5", 300 pounds as a, junior in high school, and probably the most athletic, freakish tackle you ever come across. And he's just tenacious and just had so much violence and this perpetual, nature for just violence. And most men that age aren't that rude and jerkish to kids who have a science project on the weekend and that's the type of just vitriol and hate he had for his opponents. And it was nice what he was doing to kids. If you just want to know what it looks like, just go watch The Blind Side and just watch athletic freak just pulverize kids. That was Lyle Collins. And he's gonna I'd say he's doing pretty good for himself with this whole football thing.
He's okay. He's okay. He's decent. So yeah. Well, I know you want to get back to watching Sunday Night Football. My friend and yours, Jay Hill. Good to have you back, my friend. What are we doing next time in BR?
All right. Are you coming for another game? Do we any games to Baton Rouge? Are we gonna make it to Death Valley at all?
I'm thinking about coming Ole Miss game, October 22nd.
Hey, okay. A little Lane flavor. You're gonna see the Altmaier show. You're gonna see that come to Baton Rouge, come to Death Valley. The Luke show. You and I talk privately about Lane all the time. We're Lane guys. Yeah, 100%, man. I think Lane's honestly, I think Heupel's right there, but if I had to pick, I'm gonna pick Lane as the best play caller in the SEC. But I think Heupel's right there behind him. But Lane's just in a different category, man. Like that Ole Miss, like if you look at talent by talent, like player, like that Ole Miss offense isn't very good. They have a good runner, but they're gonna score a ton of points because how Lane draws it up. Just watch that offense this year.
LJ, our first super chatter of the evening, will be there. We might do a little something. Why not? Tanner says, finally joined the Patreon. Love the community and all your content. There you go, Tanner. Congratulations. You're part of the Patreon community. Now, let me do this right before we go, okay? This is very key to understand, okay? When we talk about like progressions and all this stuff that a quarterback and stuff, that's really hard to do, right?
Yeah.
The big reason why Jay Hill and I are big fans of Lane and Heupel, it isn't the spread, it isn't all of that. It's their offenses are simple. They do a good job making things very easy for everybody, right? To play offensive line at Tennessee, you got to be decent, right? You don't have to do a lot of these pro style kind of like pass sets. And that's part of the reason why I like Tennessee so much is that they do a good job making things very easy on everyone. That's why a lot of high school coaches look up to those two guys and they look up to are Bryles, and Kendall obviously runs a very similar offense. So that's why we're fans of those guys. It's not that, they're really good play callers. It's just it's hard to play college quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really hard.
Yeah, and I would have to look up one of these wrinkles that I saw in Norvell's offense, and it looked like he stole a couple wrinkles from Gus Malzahn, especially on some of those 3rd and 1 and 3rd and short plays. So hurry up, sprint to the line, run that quick little toss to the outside.
Yeah.
That's a Gus Malzahn wrinkle. I used to see him run that all the time, and kind of saw that kind of sprinkled into Norvell's offense. So, yeah, but I think for quarterbacks, that's the only thing that separates the good quarterbacks from like the elite quarterbacks and the quarterbacks at upper echelon is that the quarterbacks who are really, really good, they just know where to go with the football. You're not going to trick them. You're not going to catch them with some blitz that you just drew up over the weekend. No, they're going to hit the hot on the backside, and it's going to be running down the middle of the field. You leave the middle of the field open, they're going to be throwing a big-time post over your head. It's just things that they make you pay for that the other guys are kind of lost, or they kind of are second late, and that second can be the difference in a strip sack and you losing the game and a touchdown pass. So I think for JD5, he showed me enough confidence towards the end of that game that, you could see why Coach Kelly and the rest of that staff kind of want him to be the guy that on top of his legs and his ability to run it. So we'll see, man. I think this team can get better. It's not the end of the world. But they're going to have to really, step up and play big against Mississippi State.
All right. Before you go, so everybody can vote on the poll equally here. Give me your best Master Blaster. Give me your absolute best, and I'm coming in hot.
All right. Master Blaster.
Let's go. All right. I got to follow that up. Okay.
All right. Let's see. All right. Okay.
The Master Blaster. All right.
I like that.
Type J for Jeremy. Type C for Carter. Who won the Master Blaster contest? Who won? Type J for J Hill. Type C for yours truly. Who won the Master Blaster contest? Simper, your vote doesn't count. Your vote doesn't count. You've been rocking.
Hey, make sure you look. Next time you see a guy named Rico, make sure that guy's banned. That guy's a troll. Ban Rico. Ban Rico.
Ban Rico.
If you want to see Rico banned, put a 1 in the chat. Ban. No,
if y'all,
I'm just kidding. Don't ban Rico. He always begs not to get banned on my nails.
I'm not gonna ban Rico tonight. I've been close. I'm not gonna. I've been close. All right.
We'll let Rico live.
John says we all lose. John, I kind of want to block you after that, man. You always. Thank you. My first vote, Lars. Jay. Dang, Jay Hill, you are dominating this. You won with ease. So you can go to bed so calmly tonight.
W's in the chat. Look, if we see each other for Ole Miss, we'll do this again. We'll figure out something where I can just win again, whether we're playing beer pong, however you want to lose, we'll figure it out. I remember just totally dunking on you in Connect 4.
Yeah,
that was an obliteration. That was Georgia versus Oregon. So we'll figure something out, man. But you know how it comes out, man, baby. Big dogs got to eat, baby. Big dogs got to eat.
You did 5-1 me in Connect 4 bad. Oh my God. All right, buddy. Enjoy some Sunday Night Football. And we'll talk soon, okay?
All right, man. You have a good one, man.
See you, bud.
All right.
Jay Hill. Tony, you can't. Tony, I was the original Master Blaster. I was, not Jay Hill. Pegasus, are you kidding? Are y'all really going against me? Y'all really went? Was it the drumming thing that got Jay Hill over the top? I think he did kick my rear end in Connect 4. He destroyed me. Haley's gonna be mad because she wanted to say hi to him, but oh well. There's always next time. I have been. He does. I think he does have me beat on the Master Blaster thing. So I guess we kind of have to do something for the Ole Miss game. LJ's going, and LJ, you missed out at Stumpy's. If y'all could think of somewhere for us to do something, maybe the night before, during. I thought last year our thing was just cool, just chilling at the Greek Amphitheater. Michael joined the PHL T-shirt club. Congratulations. Congrats, Anzalone. I'm proud of you. Hilly, dang. Y'all are just coming after me. This Mike, guess what? You're the winner. You're the winner. Okay. Mike joining the PHL T-shirt club wins the Jeremy Hill autograph card. Congratulations, Mike. I might actually have a better one than this one that I'll probably send you. This one I like. I do have a better one that's a little bit better of an autograph than this one. So, Mike, congratulations. You're getting along with Towboat an autographed Jay Hill card. You want to do it at Duvix? Dude, he did destroy me in Connect 4. I got him one time, but he destroyed me. Oh, he's going to beat me in everything. He's smarter, faster. I'm fine. I'm fine with just this, though. Everyone show some love for Mike and Tanner for joining the PHL T-shirt club and the PHL Patreon. Tanner, in just a second, I'm going to send you, or after this live stream, I'm going to send you the information on how to join our private Discord. So congratulations, Tanner. You're with the funnest LSU football community on the freaking planet. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If I were to say just one thing, I was kind of shocked. I knew it was going to be great. I didn't think our PHL get together this weekend because look, it's New Orleans. There's 1,000 different things you could do. We had a lot of people show up, and I really do appreciate that. The fact that you guys included me in your game plan, Jared, Doug Knows, Cole. I hope I get to meet each and every one of you. I really do, because it is so much better, the in-person stuff, even if it's just brief. I talked to King Robert's sister earlier today, and I would do anything to get to meet this man. I really would. But he has transitioned. So, I'm going to do as many of these meetups as I possibly can. And it's very important for me to get to see you guys. I want this to feel like a real community. Oh, thank you, old vet. I appreciate it. Yeah. So as you guys know, I've been traveling a bunch, and I might not go that much longer, but I will answer as many questions as possible. Okay. Let me take a look at this. Someone earlier asked me if Jay Hill was going to be my ring bearer at my wedding. He's invited. I kind of want to do something for the Ole Miss game. If I could turn something around, it would be cool though. Like, even if we all just kind of got together at if we all just kind of got together at like a bar or something like that the night before, or we could get together at we can get together at the Greek Amphitheater. Oh, Josh Allen with the stiff arm. I love it. Olvet, you get to pick the next topic. Josh Allen's a beast, man. Dude's a freak. Are you doing a companion cast for the game Saturday? We'll do a pregame. Do y'all like the pregame? I'll do a pregame, halftime, and postgame. I won't do a during the game chat. I will for sure do postgame. We'll for sure do halftime. What do you want a pregame chat? Type Y for yes, type in for no. It is a little extra work. There is a process that I like to keep during the game. Like the pregame. Meet up in a Biloxi casino. I'm down. I'm kind of down to do a meetup where there's no game, right? Because if there is a game, it's a lot. I think it'd be kind of cool to do like get like Ron Brooks and like do a get together and he talk us through like his Auburn performance or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. Or just whoever. Victoria, usually I just drink and stuff before games, but it's cool to do that. Love the halftime. I truly appreciate that insight. Skipper said, "Let's do Biloxi. Let's go. I'm down to do a Biloxi meetup." There he is. So, Doug, I'm about to share the Doug, type Y for yes, type in for no if it's okay if I share your photo. I know some people like to be anonymous. I kind of want to share a photo because it is pretty good. Let me know, Doug. Type Y for yes, type in for no if it's okay if I post our photo. Because I was really excited to get Doug brought a crew. Doug, you had you had 15 people with you. Y'all were stacked. I loved it. I really did love it. Your crew was really fun. Your wife's outfit was fire too. I was like, dang! You see the tigers and all that stuff. That was cool. But your whole crew was a lot of fun. It really was. I really appreciate our conversation. And I'm glad we got to get a photo. There we go. So there's me and Doug. Look at that. I love it. I love it. And he also rocked his PHL shirt. And Doug rocked his PHL shirt at Lucy's. And one of our PHLs was working the bar at Lucy's. I love it. So, yeah. So, Jewel brings this up. The Queen passed away today, right? And I know a lot of you are like, well, we don't live in England or whatever. But did you know, Jewel? Okay. And only the real PHLs know this. We are the only, and I mean the only. And when I say only, I mean, I highly doubt there has been somebody else that has done this. We are the only LSU YouTube channel that's done a show from Buckingham Palace. The only one. The only one. The only one. T-Bob said Delhi had a good pass grade. I thought Delhi was okay. I really did. I know that was probably the most concerned offensive lineman that a lot of us had going into the game. The Queen was a Man U fan? It's not true. She was a Liverpool fan. She was a Liverpool fan. Joel remembers. You're the only one to do a show from Buck. Nuck if you buck, right? Let me see this really quickly. Oh, William, you would come all the way from North Carolina for the Ole Miss game? Well, here's what I'll do. I'll start making some phone calls tomorrow to see if we can actually do something. I might just do what we did last year and all of us just meet up at the Greek Amphitheater. And last year when we did that, it was so much fun. It wasn't like a tailgate or anything. It was just us just sitting and chatting. That would be kind of cool, though. That would be very cool. That game has a lot of meaning for you. You must have some Ole Miss grads in the fam. I kind of know you pretty well, William. I don't want to post you sent me a pretty cool photo. I'm not gonna lie. So William's his full family has PHL shirts. Well, his lovely significant other and some of his other family has PHL shirts. And he has a little PHL bonus. I sent him a Joe Burrow shirt as well, and yeah, that photo was really cool. I didn't think ever that, that was kind of one of the cooler photos. Like, it's just cool to see like a family rocking the PHL gear. It feels like I could just come up to North Carolina, have dinner with y'all. And I want to have so Haley and I made actually in England a really good buddy in Raleigh. I kind of want to have some of this North Carolina barbecue. Tony said, I got to go watch them like real football. Hey, look, I knew I was going to be competing. When you actually get to see real NFL for the first time, it's crazy. What's up, Dwayne? Good to see you. Jared wants to meet up at the sports book. Rob. Walk-ons in Conway. Anytime. We'd have to go get North Carolina barbecue. I've kind of become a barbecue nut. Like, I just am. I just love barbecue. Kevin, you live in North Carolina as well? About 45 miles from Raleigh. We can all get together then. We got a lot of PHLs in North Carolina. It'll be me, Kevin, William, and Petey Pablo. Now that's a crew right there. Michael Jordan, Steph Curry. Just bring them on, baby. That's cool. That's cool. I love it. Kevin, you need to join the Patreon, man. I'll connect you and William. Goldsboro. That's good. So yeah, everybody drop where you're watching from. I haven't done this in a while. Every time I do this, I lose viewers. I don't know why. I always find it interesting where everybody's watching from. So we got Wilmington, we have Goldsboro. Tanner, you're a North Carolina barbecue guy? Well, I'll connect you and William. You're in the Patreon now, Tanner. I'll connect you too. KMC's in Florida. Mobile. See, I lost viewers. I every time I do this, I don't know why. I guess people don't care where other people are from. Ooh, William, those ain't nothing better than that, boy. William said he knows how to throw down. Clark, Propaganda, Philippines. My good buddy Charlie. Leonard, Brett, holding it down in the 225. Well, me, you, and Carl the Cat need to get together. Really, when you think about it, I know, I mean, like every city right now has crime, right? So I know that's going to be the number one response when I say this. But Baton Rouge is an incredible city. It really is. Like, there are a lot of perks of living in Baton Rouge. A lot. The food, the people, obviously LSU. You know, the food in Baton Rouge has just gotten to be so freaking good. Like, me and Auntie, our patrons know this. Me and Auntie went to Route 61. I've never even heard of Route 61. It wouldn't even be one of the 20 restaurants I would go to. So Auntie said, hey, we're going. So last night we went, and I'm not going to lie, it was phenomenal. I really enjoyed myself. The service, all of it, I really did enjoy it. Now, once again, you guys know that I am open to any sponsorships, okay? And I eat more than any other LSU YouTuber, right? I do. I verbally share that I do. It's part of the reason why I'm chubby. I've got to get a food sponsor of some sort. That's cool. Sibley wants to talk about Bama, Texas. I'll do it. No. I maybe if Texas was like fully healthy, they've obviously had a lot worse injury luck than Alabama. I think everybody and their mothers are going to be cheering for Texas for the first time in forever. I will say this, and Sibley, I know it's a big weekend for you, all your frat brothers coming in. That's obviously good. I will say this though, as far as PHL brought to you by Red. I love it. I will say this, and let me know, new PHL T-shirt club member. Ole Miss versus LSU is how I was brought into this world. There are no Mikes in my family at all. So I was named Mike for Mike the Tiger. Oh, that's cool. My dad swore I was conceived after LSU beat Ole Miss that night. Dang, Pegasus. Let Sibley enjoy himself this evening, right? All his frat bros are coming in town for congregation. And I wanted to say this. All right. So let me put Sibley back up here. As you guys know, Sibley's a elite PHLer, right? Like, He's obviously supported my dream in a major way, but he just comments. He's great. He knows a lot about the history of Baton Rouge, and he's done a lot for Baton Rouge, right? So I will say this, okay? I wanted to go to LSU versus Southern. I really did. It's a big thing, right? I talked about my auntie all this week, so I won't do it again. But this is obviously a very historical thing, this weekend. So what I'm about to say is a little bit different because I work in the college football industry, and I obviously put something else on my plate, which is the SEC channel that I'm doing. And obviously, I'm working out a cadence on how I want to put out content there. So for me, for how I do things, it is a lot easier for me to watch at home. Okay. And I don't know how it is for you. And I understand the cost of going to a college football game is probably your number one reason why a lot of you won't go to a college football game. But even if you put the cost aside, right? Uh, my bank account isn't the healthiest it's ever been. The wedding and all that stuff coming up, eh, that's fine. But even putting cost aside, a main reason why I don't like going to college football games as much anymore is that I like watching all the other teams. It's the travel, it's the lack of being able to watch all the other games, right? There was a huge benefit of going uh, to the game this past weekend, even though it was on a Sunday. We were the only game, right? I'm interested to see Alabama versus Texas, and yes, you could still watch Alabama Texas at a tailgate or something, but it's hard to like process and watch the games how I want to watch it. So unless you know, like Mississippi State, one of my favorite PHLers, Buster, is flying in. I want to make the Mississippi State game, but it's hard. It's really, really, really hard to make games. And if, like this weekend, while I enjoyed the Stumpies thing, no matter what, I do need to rewatch the game. There are a lot of things that I don't pick up. And I know a lot of you are like this as well. You like to watch LSU games by yourself. Uh, there's people that watch very seriously, like me. I know Van does. I know Victoria does. I know a lot of you have to really be focused in on the game to where you don't really like to watch LSU football with a bunch of people. Now, if I am at a PHL event or if I'm watching with other people that watch the channel, I'm fine with that. But it's tough. It's really, really tough because even if you go to a game, it's really hard to focus in on the game because there's so many different things uh, going around you. So, Carl, I'm not gonna lie. What's for dinner tonight? It's Rotolo's, man. I swear. That's actually my dream sponsorship is Rotolo's. I freaking love Rotolo's. The their deep dish pizza, Big Apple pizza is the most delicious pizza I think I've ever eaten from a chain restaurant. It's that freaking good. It is that good. It is elite. My dad doesn't like pizza. He's not a big pizza guy. He loves that Big Apple deep dish pizza. It's the best. It is the best. Now, once again, I'm not getting paid by Rotolo's to say this. I wish I was. That would be one of my dream restaurant sponsors. They're just incredible. There's no other way around it. Their beers are I mean, all of it is just freaking incredible. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm having tonight. What about you, Carl the cat? So Billy, you got to watch by yourself. It's like that. I'm like that as well to a certain degree. I don't mind sitting and watching with somebody else because I know like I'm gonna get to watch it by myself when I do my rewatch. So yeah. Let's see here. Is it not? Is it not, Pierce? Dude, I promise you, I believe it. Like that, like a lot of these restaurants say, well, this won an award, this won a I swear. And I have no idea why I wanted to try it because I'm just a calzone guy from there. But one day I was like, okay, I'll try one of these deep dish pizzas because my favorite form of pizza is deep dish, right? I like the sauce, I like the marinara, I like it. I'm just a big pizza guy. I haven't had fleur de lis in a while. I know they closed. It's a little bit different, right? Like the thin cut, whatever. Um, I just love pizza. I freaking love the Big Apple. It is probably the best pizza I've ever eaten from a chain. Easily.
Bub, can I have my iPad, please?
You didn't say hi to Jay Hill.
Hey, Jay Hill.
He's gone.
Oh, I'm going. I don't feel good.
Everybody was wondering where you were.
It's fine. You're fine. Get my iPad, please. Why don't you have the umbrella on your light?
It just takes up too much space.
Well, you need it.
Bad? Why?
Yeah, it looks bad.
Why does it look? It looks bad.
Yeah.
How does it look bad?
Just give it here. Quit curmudgeon me.
How does it look bad?
Come on,
what?
Baby.
Do y'all notice a difference? I don't have the umbrella on my light.
Come on, Sissy. Treat. Let's go get Carter. Quit. I'm gonna get her a treat. Oh God, he's showing the baby on the light.
You can go. I got her.
No, she's ready to go to bed. It's bedtime for us.
She does not sound like she's ready to go to bed.
We're normal.
Do y'all think she looks like she's ready to go to bed?
Oh, Jesus.
Look at her.
What did you find?
Look at the baby.
What is it?
She didn't miss me at all.
Who is it? Do you know this person? Who is it?
The baby. Are you gonna be good? Hey.
Okay, he said Carter, we're doing investigative reporting. Goodbye.
Tell Alex to say hi to everybody.
Alex, say hi to everybody. She said hi. I love you.
Mm-hmm. The baby. The baby. She went nuts when she saw me. I was like, dang, this dog actually likes me. I don't like her. Every time I say when we went to pick her up in Prosper, Texas, home of Cade York, we went to go pick her up. Ever since I got back, when she just bites me nonstop, she'll bite my feet. She'll bite she'll bite some of my stuff. I always say, why didn't we get a receipt? We went there, picked up the dog, paid for it, no receipt. I want to take her back. I just want. Why didn't she come with a receipt? Huh? I love it. The Bills Super Bowl hype window. All right, quick little break right here. I want to fix this thing real quick, and we'll wrap it up. Oh, Amacat, you came back when they started winning? I love it. I love it. I love it. There's nothing better, though, like when you're gone for a while and you get to see your dog. There's nothing better. She was ready to get out. Well, one final thing. Obviously, big shout out to Jay Hill for jumping on again. Obviously, him giving me this gift, it means a lot. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Did you guys notice the difference in lens? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Does it matter to you? I can always go back to this thing. So this is my computer lens, and this is I'll put this back. Let's see. And this is the professional camera, but I actually don't have my super fancy lens. So you notice if you go back and look, my super fancy lens blurs out the background. And I like that. It's called bokeh for you camera nerds out there. I actually connected with someone that knows a good bit about cameras, and he is a big fan of PHL. But yeah, I kind of like you being able to see the background. This obviously means a lot to me. These cards right here, and this obviously means a lot to me as well. Someone that is a fan of the channel and also happened to accomplish a lot of things in his career, decided to give me a game worn uniform with an inscription and autograph. That's I kind of like being able to see the backdrop. Now, of course, the bokeh lens looks better; it's fancy or whatever. But I kind of I want people to see. It's cool that there's a jersey, and then I still got my Charles Alexander jersey over there as well, which is obviously really cool. I never thought I'd get to speak to LSU icons. Obviously the goal is to get the, Jamar Chase and Devin White on here at some point. That'd be really cool. But those guys are obviously very busy. So I think the offseason is probably going to be our best chance to get one of the legends. Also, we did throw in an obscure Jamar Chase video in our defensive film study. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I think it's important for us to appreciate the legends of LSU football, even if they are no longer, playing for us. So there you go. I love the name Tanner. I don't know why I've always found that to be a cool name, Tanner. It's good, man. JL's the best, man. He really is the best. It's still kind of crazy. Like, it's still just nuts. Still nuts. But yeah, it's crazy. Like how many messages I got from PHLers that they a wit would be a lot of fun. Tyler, okay, Tyler's gonna make me do it again. Shout out to the super dads at PHL. We haven't done that tonight. You know what else we haven't done? I've been saving these for the end. I want to see. I want to see. I want to see you. I want to see you. Let me see. What haven't we done tonight? There you go. I can always trust Skip. Bang! Pressy Collection, PressyCollection.com. Diamond rings, diamond pendants, necklaces, jewelry, you name it. Pressy Collection, PressyCollection.com. So all the super dads at PHL, thank you for doing you. Super moms at PHL, you're very important as well. There you go. Mike Anzalone and William. Mike, is it Anzalone or Anzalone? Because I have an Anzalone friend. It's a really good friend of mine. My friend Paul. Is it Anzalone or Anzalone? Yes. that did. So is it so I guess when you say this, I guess it could be neither. Is it Angela? Oh, I know what I need to do. Since I was on the road, someone actually bought a few shirts and I need to ship them out. So I'm gonna get to that here in just a second. So, oh yeah, I got to do this before I go. In the next 5 minutes, I'll answer as many questions as I possibly can. But if you do super chat, we'll keep this thing going all night long, baby. So, I'll ask, and it doesn't have to be LSU football related here at the end. It could be anything. It could be about the Saints. It could be about the Pelicans. It could be about my favorite flavor chicken wings. I tried some peanut butter and jelly wings. I've always been told to try that. They weren't good. It's just not something that, put together. Now that was on my own volition, and I actually got a different flavor of wings from this same spot, and they actually were pretty good. They were. Either. What games am I looking forward to this week? That's a good question. Obviously, I think the sexiest game in the SEC this past weekend is obviously the biggest is Texas and Alabama, but the sexiest is Kentucky, Florida, excuse me. So here in this matchup between these two teams, you have two quarterbacks, neither of which are known for throwing. Okay. Two quarterbacks that are S tier athletes, right? They don't have Lamar speed and they don't have Cam size, but they're close to both, right? Right. So it's very interesting, these two quarterbacks, Anthony Richardson and Will Levis. Now, Will Levis is on a lot of first round mocks. Anthony Richardson is obviously on his way to being amongst the best. Let's see here. Got to get back to listen to all that ACC junk. It is junk. Did you have Queen Elizabeth or Prince Charles as a guest when you did PHL from Buckingham Palace? No, but that was a fun stream. I love London. I could live in London. I really could. I just freaking love that city. Obviously, I would have to live there during the off season because of the football clock. But man, London's it's incredible. It's freaking incredible. Probably won't go back this summer, but next summer, I'm definitely going. I freaking love it, man. Chillmonger, what's up, man? My God, what's up? What's going on in your world, man? I haven't done a good enough job of this, but I know a lot of you are on Twitter. Please go follow my Power Hour LSU Twitter account. Don't have many followers. Let's see here. London's incredible. I love their accent, Skipper. I wish I had a British accent. You never listen to somebody with a British accent and said, "Man, they don't sound smart." Every British accent makes you sound way smarter. So if you can't, go follow Power Hour LSU on Twitter. LA Mom, your perfect attendance was in jeopardy here, but you barely get in at the end, and you missed actually our guest. Vet Southern score prediction. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go LSU 42, Southern 17. Josh Allen and Aaron Donald, two beasts. Go 42-17. There you go. William, thank you for the super chat in the end. And thank all of you for making PHL wonderful. Now, one of the best things you can do is go to Jeremy Hill's Instagram at Jeremy Hill and like his post. Tell him how much you enjoyed him on PHL. Obviously, really appreciate him jumping on. I always love these live chats, where it's just us just chilling, baby. Which is the best. It's the absolute best. And yeah, I will end on this. If the LSU running backs have another game like they had this past weekend, it'll be interesting to see if John Emery is ready to go. I've heard that his suspension was only going to be 2 games, but we'll see. And yeah, congrats to Mike for joining the PHL T-shirt club. Good stuff, man. It is Power Hour LSU. Bah! And tonight, it's Rolotolo's pizza night. Let's get so. Let's go.